LeetCode 958, I need to check the completeness of a binary tree. So we are given the root of a binary tree and I need to determine if this is a complete binary tree. According to the definition of complete binary tree, each level except the last is completely filled and all nodes in the last level are same as far left as possible. It means over here you can see this has got left child and right child, this has got left child and right child, this has got left child but no right child. So this is feasible since the left child comes before the right child. Over here this has got left and right, this has got left and right, however this has got null on the left and on the right it has got a valid element. So this is not considered as a valid binary tree. Okay, so now I'll tell you how to solve this. So my first step would be, so let me draw this. So I've got 1 followed by 2, then comes 3, 4, 5, this is null and 7. So I make a queue in which I push the root element. So over here first one is put and I create a variable known as seen null in past, which is initially set to false. Okay, so what I do while my queue is not empty, I do my current is equal to queue dot front and I pop this. Now if my current is null, then I update this. Since my current is not null, I do not update this. So now I ask if this one has seen null in the past. This says false. In that case, I push my left child into the queue. This will be 2 pushed into the queue and 3 pushed into the queue. Now my current is equal to queue dot front and I pop this. So now I ask if this has seen null in the past, it will say false. Okay, so now it will push its left child and right child. So 4 is pushed and then 5 is pushed. Now my current is updated to 3 and my 3 gets popped from the queue. So I will ask 3 whether this guy over 3 has seen false in the past, sorry, null in the past. So it will say no. In that case, I will push the left child of 3, that is null, and the right child of 3, that is 7. Now my current is again updated to 4 and my 4 gets popped from the queue. So I will ask 4 whether you have seen null in the past. It will say no and it will push its left child and right child, that is null and null. So null is pushed and null is pushed. So I ask current 5 whether he has seen null in the past. So it will say no. Okay, so in that case I'll push the left child of null, left child of 5 and right child of 5. Okay, now comes null. So my current is equal to null. So in that case I update my is seen in the past to be true. Okay, that's it. I don't do anything further. Then I move to 7. Okay, my current is 7. Now I ask whether this guy 7 has seen null in the past. So this will say true. That means there has been some null before a valid element. In that case I will return false and then exit from the loop. So over here what I will do, I will create a mutable queue. So this is vector of deck. Okay, now I'll push this root into the queue. So this will be queue dot pushback root. Post that I will create something known as seen null, which will be set initially to false. Okay, now since I have used this deck, so I will use standard collections and I will say deck. Okay, now I run the while loop. Okay, so while I say let something be there, some node be present, and then I pop it from the front. Okay, now I write the match condition. So if my node is null, in that case I update my scene null to be true. Otherwise if there is some node, in that case if my scene null, in that case I return simply false. Okay, that means I have seen a null before this, and I write the other condition. So I say let node is equal to node dot borrow, and I push the child, that is the left child, node dot left dot clone, and also the right child. So what I do is while let some node, I do the operation on this and I check this operational node. So if this is null, in that case I update my scene null variable to true. If this is not null, then if my scene null is true, in that case I say false. In all other cases I push the child. However, after coming out from this, if false is not returned, then I return true. Let me check. So I create a mutable variable q, then I push this back into the root, and my scene null is initially set to false. Then while I do for some node, I pop it from the front. I match this node. So if this is null, my scene null is updated to be true, and some node, if my scene null is already true, then I return simply false. So I found my error. This should be null pointer, that is none, not a node.